Okay, I'm gonna just start the podcast.
Oh no, we're live.
Does it just keep going or
We're
what?
live. No, it just keeps going because my thing's too big.
Oh my god, stop.
Oh dear
What's that?
God.
I can't hear you over the sound of my awesomeness.
We are live. Wow.
All right, yes, we are live. What's going on,
Welcome,
guys.
everybody.
Does somebody else want to introduce the podcast? Go right ahead.
Best episode ever.
I don't think I can handle it.
Yeah, I don't know where our host is. He's gone all Chewbacca on us.
Okay, so yeah, everybody else, welcome to episode 37 of the Deformed Gamescast. I want to point out real quick that we had a slight technical issue with last week's episode where we had Marcel Hatam from CryEngine on. For whatever fucking reason, YouTube was like, nope, you know what, Doc's not on the podcast, therefore there is no podcast. So unfortunately, it's not on the YouTube page, nor will it ever be. So I apologize to everybody who didn't get a chance to see it, and I apologize to Marcel, and I apologize to Doc, because apparently YouTube just doesn't want to function without him. But anyway, it's a good night to have a podcast. We'll go right on down the line. We have Brandon is here, and
Hey.
Brandon, say hi. Say hi, Brandon.
Hey.
There you go.
Hi.
And we're going to skip over Brow for a minute because he's a guest. We're going to circle back around to him. JT is back.
Rocket League! Rocket League!
Ooh.
Ooh. I actually love Rocket League, but I'm really disappointed tonight because you'll notice that none of us have our little taglines at the bottom tonight.
Except me.
Except Brandon.
3 inches.
The reason for that is Google Plus fucking sucks.
I don't
So
know, Google Plus is shitting itself tonight.
it is straight up
As
garbage.
usual.
Oh, and Doc just joined. Doc, what's up, buddy? Can you hear us? He can't
No.
hear us saying. We'll come
No,
back to
he
Doc. But
can't.
Doc's here. We don't,
Definitive answer.
Jeff is back too. We've got the beautiful HD Jeff. Hi, buddy.
Hey.
I thought Jeff wasn't going to be here. I was really sad. Now I'm not sad.
I was ambivalent. And we've got the calmest man in video games, Steve, right at the very end. I didn't think he was going to make it, but he did. And he's here to bring the party down with his you-are-like voice. What's up, man?
What's going on?
Yep, there it is. And we've got a special guest tonight, Brow. What's up? What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on?
So, Brow, there are probably a few people who listen to us who aren't aware of who you are and what you do. And I actually don't know much about it either. So, if you could, in a nutshell, just kind of maybe talk a bit about who you are and what you do in the industry.
Sure. I would be surprised if people actually know who I am unless they interact with me on Twitter or Gav.
I know who you are.
And I'm pretty sure Gav just doesn't know who I am. I think various times mods are
I
like
am
that.
Gaff.
I don't know who that guy is.
Banned.
Pretty much. every thread I go into, you're always there.
It happens. Well, I'm Brow. That's short for Braulio. I'm currently an art manager at Liquid Development who does like outsourcing for all different types of games. I've been an artist for over 10 years, and I mean I've done all kinds of things from working at Cartoon Network doing cleanup animations and environments for the Clone Wars to
That's cool.
working at movies and TV commercials at Zoic in LA. So I did stuff for like 24, Chuck, Day After Tomorrow, Sarah Connor Chronicles, which I think never picked up. So I did all kinds of 3D for that, and then I did my transition into the game industry, which I've done tons of games, like insane amounts of numbers of games, but a lot of them are not very popular except for Frozen on 3DS, which I guess outsells Pokemon or something. But I hate Frozen, but
So
Man.
basically, what you're telling us is that you have a much cooler job than anybody on this podcast or anybody in our chat room.
Well, it depends on the project. Like I said, I had to work with Frozen, and that was not very cool.
My first question for you: do you want to build a snowman?
Oh.
I love snow. I love making things out of snow, but I would not anything Olaf related. I mean, I had to listen to that song on MIDI play for like a month straight. And it was a terrible project.
You know, it sounds to me like you just need to let it go.
No kidding. I haven't heard that one before.
Enrique in chat from our sister podcast, the Basement Radio Arcade podcast, he wants to know what I'm wearing. Well, Enrique,
Ooh.
let me show you what I'm wearing.
No.
All right, discuss. You guys just keep on going.
It's
I can't.
so distracting.
I can't handle it anymore. God damn, that thing is uncomfortable as shit.
I believe it. It looks uncomfortable.
That is
It barely
horrible.
covers your face.
That is awful. Oh my lord.
Kind of
Okay,
shit
anyway.
that'll leave lines.
Oh, that's terrible. Dude, I've got like fucking migraine now. It's awful. Jesus Christ. It like pulled half my facial hair out when I took it off too.
If you wear it long enough, you'll actually turn into a Chewbacca.
That's fucking terrible. Okay, so it's been a really cool week, and I want to talk, as always, about what everybody's been playing. And since Brandon is always the first one of the podcast, he's always the first one to start on the line down there. So Brandon, what have you been getting into? I know. By the way, full disclosure.
Dozens of hours of Battleborn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good man.
Yeah. You know, we've had some pretty. We've had some pretty amazing moments playing Overwatch over the past couple of weeks. It has literally been like all.
We played Overwatch every single night since.
I'd say for an average of what, Brandon, like 3 hours a night.
Yeah, like usually 2 to 3 hours a night.
It's been glorious.
It really. I got really good with Reaper last night.
Yeah, you did.
That's not what I heard.
It's been a ton of fun. John had a game last night where he did 2,000 damage as Reaper and had 9 eliminations and 15 deaths.
Yeah,
Okay,
you were
you know
whining
what?
about that earlier today.
What a resume.
Okay, you know. First of all, Steve, shut your fucking mouth. Second of all,
Wait, Steve's Tracer is amazing. It puts your Reaper to shame 100
shut
times.
up!
over.
Jesus, I never played this Reaper before, so all you motherfuckers need to chill. Okay, you all need to chill. I'm still the best fucking Lucio.
Your Lucio is very good.
And I don't think that's open for debate. So,
I heard you were a pretty bad Reaper.
Yep.
JT, what have you been playing? What have you been playing, JT? I don't give a fuck what Brandon's been playing. What have you been playing?
I've been playing nothing but Overwatch. So.
We know you. We know this. We know this. I want to know what JT is playing now.
Good.
I want to know what JT is playing. JT,
I've been playing mostly Rocket League. No, I've been playing mostly Virtue's Last Reward, and I'm slowly getting through it. I'm play like 30 minutes to an hour every night, and it's a very, very long game. But I'm finally starting to unravel the story. I've gotten 4 out of the like 8 or 9 endings now, and I'm getting close to like the end, I think. So it's been a really cool game so far, like unraveling piece by piece the story of what has happened, and I'm really excited for the third Zero Escape game later this month.
Okay.
That's
cool.
about it. I haven't been playing a whole lot.
Yeah, you've been busy as hell.
Yeah. Yep.
We missed you.
I miss you guys.
And oh geez, wait, is that a Vita on your bed behind you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Representing.
You're on Vita Island. I like it.
Yep.
To steal a phrase from Kind of Funny. Doc, what have you been? I'm really interested to hear what you've been playing. Actually, what have you been up to? Doc.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Wow, man, dude, that's fascinating. Really, Doc? That's amazing. Wow. Tell me more. Okay, Jeff,
It
what
left
have you
him
been playing?
speechless.
I
Whatever it was.
can't believe this fucker's playing that stupid Japanese game. Jeff, what have you been playing?
I guess I missed a couple shows and I was late on the last one, so I haven't talked about it. Yeah, I beat Uncharted, and I beat Ratchet and Clank, and I beat Doom.
Yeah, get him.
That's 3 more games than
yeah.
I've beaten this year.
I can't believe you haven't mentioned that yet.
They're all awesome, but I guess we've all covered them mostly. I just started Gravity Rush Remastered this morning, which I played like an hour on Vita, so I just got back to where I was on there, but it's pretty good. It looks amazing, considering it's a Vita title.
Yeah, they did a lot of work.
It's the most. It is so far. It is the most. Actually, it's the second most impressive remaster I've seen, but I'll get into that later.
It's after Drake, the Drake collection.
Yeah.
It's-
Uncharted 1 was practically a remake. So.
yeah, they like redid like geometry, like rocks and cliffs. It is ridiculous, but no, it's really cool. I like the mechanics, controls well, looks nice. So that's about it.
Cool. And Steve, what are you playing?
A lot of Overwatch with you guys.
Yes, you have. Yeah, I don't know why the fuck I bothered asking.
But I've picked up 2 free games that were worth playing this week. Path of Exile is one of them. It's now free on Steam. And I guess I've been playing Smite, and that's definitely worth breaking up bouts of Overwatch with. Path of Exile is a Diablo-esque dungeon crawler. That's really solid, actually. The co-op's very good. It could easily fill an afternoon or two.
Enter the Dragon Punch in chat. I just want to point out it says Uncharted 1 is my favorite Uncharted game.
That is the only person that feels that way.
I need to get you on the chat at some point to explain that crazy bullshit.
I
You
love
might be
Uncharted.
right. You might be right.
Okay,
Of course,
Doc,
Doc
get the
thinks
fuck
that.
out. What do you? Okay, Mr. Wizard, what are you playing this week?
Who, me?
Yeah,
Doc's
yeah.
a question.
No, the other Doc.
I beat Digimon Cyber Sleuth with 135 hours
Fucking
played.
finally.
Damn.
135 hours, it's ridiculous. But I was doing so much grinding, I was trying to get all of the monsters.
Somewhere in Japan, Rex just popped a huge boner.
Payday 2 reversed the awful thing that they sort of introduced to the game that I hated, so I've kind of jumped back into that. They basically they patched in Counter-Strike style cases where you had you have to pay like $2 if you get loot to unlock the loot, which is like the worst thing in the world. They added that, so I stopped playing. But I have like 200 hours in that game, and I wanted to play more. So once they sort of patched that out, and they were just like, nope, now you can just get a chest and unlock it for free. I bought back in the game now. I'm playing it.
They
So.
actually did something good to that game.
Yeah, they actually
Wow.
improved it. Like I was grateful. The new heists are actually pretty fun. There's a giant spider in one of them, so that was cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, Payday 2 is my favorite co-op game, so it was not my favorite. My favorite is Gears of War 3, but Payday 2 is my second favorite. Third favorite after Payday 1, actually. Sorry. The point being that, I've been playing a lot of that. I played a demo for a Kickstarter that will be launching in a few weeks when they announce it. So that was fun.
What's it called?
I can't say. It's something that you know about.
Then
if
why
you've been
even
paying
bring it up,
attention,
Doc? Doc, if you can't, why?
Because every week my job is to tell you that I've been playing something I can't tell you about.
Yeah, I know. That's bullshit. I don't understand why you do that.
It's fun.
Fucking
I've actually been asked to play.
Shinobi 2.0 over here.
I've actually been asked to play something else that I also can't talk about, but I haven't tried it yet.
Stop. Just stop. You're done. We don't care anymore.
Yesterday, though, the entire day I spent rebuilding my own game. Like, the engine was messed up, so I had to recompile, like, the entire engine, which was fun. But I didn't get a lot done. Beyond that, nothing much, really.
Okay, so basically you've been
Witcher.
playing...
Yeah, Witcher. Witcher is like 90% of my playtime, actually. I've been playing a lot of Witcher.
This is why I wish Al was on here, because I really want to hear his thoughts on Blood and Wine. But before we talk about that, I want to know what Brow has been playing now, because he's our guest. And so, what have you been playing and/or drawing this week?
I've been playing. Well, I finished Doom, which is pretty fantastic.
What a fantastic book.
I did some Uncharted multiplayer because that's just casual fun to get into it now. A lot of Overwatch when I have the time. And, I did try the new level for Hitman.
What are your thoughts on that? Because I have heard people say it's not anywhere near as good as Episode 2.
It's super interesting because I feel like that level was in development before Paris and Sapienza. So I feel like they've been advertising that one before the other two. So it kind of feels like worse than the previous two levels. So I don't know if it actually was developed before the other two levels, but it feels like it goes back in all other ways. But it's fun. I guess once you get into it, it has a lot of really neat things you can do, but not in the creative sandbox possibilities filled in the previous two.
Well, I think that's like the big problem with Hitman, in my opinion. Like full disclosure, I have not played any of it yet. I'm planning on it. I'll probably wait till the whole thing releases at once. But that's exactly why I haven't played it. It's because like every game, like no game is perfect, and every game, even games like great games like fucking Gears of War 3 or Uncharted 4, every game has that kind of lull. I mean nothing is perfect, and that's kind of the price you pay, in my opinion, for taking what is essentially a full game and divvying it up into portions and releasing it piecemeal. Is to me, it's just it makes episodes, or it makes certain portions of the content of the game feel a lot lesser than it really is when you're not looking at it as a whole. And I guess that's kind of that's kind of the way I see it. So people saying yeah, it's disappointing compared to 2. I mean, there's really no escaping that, right? Like, I mean, that's the price you pay for splitting a game up like that. That's just my opinion. I don't know what you guys think, but
it's an interesting game because I thought the format actually helped. Like when Paris came out, I didn't feel like I could move on to the next level, so I just played around on Paris for, I think I sank in like 20 hours into it, and I don't think I would have done that as easily if it had the other levels been available, because I would have just been like, oh, well, let's check the other level. And then Sapienza comes out, and I think 11 hours into it, and it's like, sweet. I get the time to just sink on this without me being tempted to go on to the other next level. I do understand what you're talking about kind of the full package and the full experience and how it feels, but I don't know. Since this one is mission based, there's so much in every mission that you miss out. I feel like this is something that just kind of, if it clicks with you, I think it's definitely a pro.
That's actually a good point, because I've been waiting until I've been really interested in it, but I'm waiting until the full thing's out. But I'm doing exactly what you're saying. Is I'm just going to play each mission once, and then that's it. So, playing it one by one would probably have given me more value out of it, or I guess I would have got, because that's the type of game you can play the same level like so many different ways. So
the point of the game is repetition about what you find in it and what you can do, and the more you do, the more things you get back that you can try to do, and you unlock different things on each level. So it's a lot of fun to just try to figure out what you can do, and the little bits of stories that are fragmented throughout the level are super interesting. I don't think any previous Hitman has done it as well as this one has.
I think spacing out was really smart too, because it forces you to have to try to replay levels. I think a lot of people would have just gone through it in one go, and then they would have kind of gone like, oh well, this game is blah blah blah. They wouldn't really have seen that you gotta keep playing. You gotta keep like trying new things. It's not a game meant to be played in one playthrough, but that's how all the websites would actually review it. Like every reviewer I know would try to play through the campaign in one try, and then they would review on the game. It wouldn't be a good review or the right review of the game.
And like the first playthrough of things is just like a disaster. You're trying to get acquainted with the space, and you end up killing like 20 people, and you get a score of 0, and you're like.
That's why I never play Hitman games.
I'm gonna play it. You know what? I like Hitman. I'm gonna play it, but I'm gonna play it as a full release, because there's so much shit that I want to play right now. And I guess I'll use that to kind of segue into what I've been playing. I mean, obviously, I've been playing a shitload of fucking Overwatch with Brandon and Steve and a few other guys. Actually, really cool. A few of our listeners jumped in with us as well, and we had a really good time. We've been playing with Al as well.
Overwatch with a group of 6 is a different game than solo.
Absolutely.
It really is. Like playing with randoms is one thing, and I actually wrote an article about this. Our website is going to be reactivated tonight, actually, when the podcast is over, and I wrote an article about Overwatch and how a lot of people say that oh, it's not worth your $60. There's not enough content. And when you take it. It was the same argument that people threw at Battlefront, right? Like, the content just doesn't justify the cost. But in Battlefront, I say this as a huge Star Wars fanboy, and you can see fucking Boba Fett right behind me. But the game, Battlefront compared to Overwatch just feels so fucking lifeless and sterile. And, honestly, the fun you have with
which is funny because those characters never shut the fuck up.
I know, right? And for me, and I won't spoil the whole article, but basically, the point is the fun that you have. in the past 2 weeks, I've had some of the best multiplayer gaming moments I've had in years. Like, legit, no bullshit. And I'm talking like sitting in my seat and fucking fist pumping and yelling at the top of my lungs. That, to me alone, is worth the price of entry. I'll pay $60 for that. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm getting my money's worth. But again, it's all relative. Like, I feel like Overwatch has to be played with a team of 6, or at least a team of 4 or 5 at the very least.
Yeah, I'd say at least 4.
It's not fun for me when I'm playing with a team of 1 or 2.
It's not. It's really, really not.
Because you have all of the Hanzos just like, heal please, and just stop it. Randoms are the worst. I hate pubs. They're the worst players you could possibly get.
But I just want to point out real quick, Enrique asks, when are you guys getting Jessica Nigiri on as a guest?
After last night's stream.
Oh yeah.
Probably not.
We have to delete the stream first.
We have to delete that stream.
The answer is never.
Yeah, probably not. Although Brandon's going to work on that. He is, after all, the most eligible bachelor on the podcast.
I think someone challenged that and suggested Jeff yesterday.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I know. I could see that. But the other thing I wanted to talk about as far as what I've been playing is I've been playing Valkyria Chronicles, which is just an amazing remaster. I'm so fucking happy that I finally got trophies for that game. Unfortunately, I keep.
Yeah, those trophies are hard as fuck.
Yeah, they are.
Well, and like here's the thing, like
in general is hard.
I love Valkyria Chronicles, and I'll boot it up for half an hour, and then like Brandon or Steve are like, Overwatch, and I'm like, you fucking got it. And I can't stay focused on Valkyria Chronicles. You know, the other thing I played today is I downloaded the demo for Odin Sphere on PS4. Wow, like I mean, I remember playing that on PS2, and it is. I mean, this has become, and it's a fucking PS2 game, and it is one of the most legit beautiful games on a console right now. I want to take that shit and put it in a frame, put it on my wall. I mean, it is unbelievably gorgeous.
Also coming to Vita. There's
also coming, and apparently
the demo released here pretty soon.
Well, and apparently it runs really well in Vita.
Yeah.
I liked Odin Sphere better than Muramasa.
I liked Odin Sphere better than Dragon's Crown.
Yeah,
and I love Dragon. And
I just reinstalled that on my Vita, and like I played it up until like level 10 or so, whenever it first came out, and I was like, okay, this is cool, but like it never really meshed well with me. I just reinstalled it just to because I saw a lot of people talking about it recently, and I couldn't get back into it. It's just
it doesn't have much depth.
Yeah, it's just like a bunch of big boobed characters.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically just one of those 80s, 90s arcade side-scrolling beat-em-ups. Like
Did you guys see the statue they had of the Amazon? Like, I would feel so embarrassed to have that in my basement. Like every time somebody came down here, I would just be like, no, you know what? Let me put a towel over the Amazon real quick.
I love the character.
Need to see that. Yeah, but I mean, God, oh man, it's still like no. Okay, so enough about what I'm playing. So I want to settle something right now, and I would like Brow to chime in because I don't know your taste in games, Brow, and I also want people in chat to kind of chime in as well, because we were having a discussion on our Twitter DMs yesterday. We have a group, Superform Gamescast Twitter DM, and Doc said something that really bothered me. It really, really bothered, and I've been thinking about it all day long. I've been thinking about it ever since you said it, Doc.
It's amazing because I had actually forgotten about it, which is why
it's that moment. It's that moment when you told me that BioShock 2 was the best game in the BioShock series.
Oh yeah, it is.
And one, you're full of shit. And two, what the fuck are you thinking?
I need to play the BioShock collection back to back in a remaster to have a good opinion on these.
Okay,
it would be nice if they could change it, because like going back and playing 2007 BioShock, it's like, wow, this game was built for like monitors that might not have actually been HP.
The PC version of BioShock 1 is garbage.
But the exploration and the discovery.
There's a lot to like about it. I wasn't going to go my full-on assault yet, but.
No. I want, and so actually, first I want to ask Brow. Like, Brow, have you played any of the BioShock games?
Yes, one in Infinite.
Okay, so you haven't played 2.
No, I think that's one of the games that I didn't play because of popular opinion.
You're not missing out on shit. You're not missing out at all.
It's like the Devil May Cry 2 That's the equivalent of where I thought about it.
Exactly. No, that's exactly what it is. And I'm
Not
telling-
that bad. There's no way.
No, it's
No,
fine.
no.
No.
Bioshock 2 is at least on a mechanical level the best game in the series.
Go get the fuck
And-
out, dude.
And
No.
not only that, but hey, don't be historically revisionist here. When the reviews came out, people said it. They all said
you're
it.
right, they
It had
did.
better gunplay than the first game. Everyone said it. And
Yes, they
Bioshock Infinite was a step back on a mechanical level from Bioshock 2. Just on a pure mechanical level.
no,
I would have to
no,
play
no.
Bioshock 2 again.
Okay, no. Okay,
Agree or
first
disagree?
of all, the biggest problem in Bioshock 2. Okay, so I try to fucking block Bioshock 2 out of my memory, right? Like I've tried my best to wipe my fucking brain clean of that garbage. But the biggest problem, the biggest issue, like mechanically, between the older Bioshock games and Infinite is like, explain to me why I can't have a fucking gun in one hand and a plasmid in the other hand at the same fucking time.
You mean like you could in Bioshock 2?
No. Could you in Bioshock 2?
I believe so, yeah.
I don't remember that. I don't think you can. I know you can in Infinite, which is the best game of the series. Infinite is better than Bioshock 1.
No, I wouldn't even go there.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, dude. You're fucking crazy.
Bioshock 1, Bioshock 1, and
I just got
Bioshock
a
2.
Steam notification. Doc is now playing Bioshock 2.
You asked. So now I have to find out.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
man.
That is
So
amazing.
good.
That's fucking awesome. Okay, so dude, like, dude, I can't even talk. I'm so fucking. You are literally the only person I have ever heard say that Bioshock 2 is the best game in the
You
series.
can hold
John.
a gun and a plasma in both hands, so I
What
did
is
check.
what is wrong with Bioshock 2 on its own?
Yeah, why don't you like Bioshock 2?
Okay, because any Bioshock game, like I will agree with you on one thing, Doc. Compared to like other first-person shooters, yes. I mean, whether you're talking Bioshock 1, 2, or Infinite, I mean, it's obviously it's not Call of Duty, it's not Battlefield, you know, and it just doesn't play as well as these games. I will grant you that, you know. But the reason I love Bioshock, you know, I won't even go there. The reason I feel that Bioshock 2 is the weakest game in the series is because, one, I feel like Bioshock games revolve around their antagonists. You know, I feel like, and you know, they also have that big twist. Like, you know, every single Bioshock game, for better or for worse, has that huge fucking twist, either in the middle or the end, right? And everybody, it's, you know, and you know what? If you haven't played Bioshock 1, I'm going to fucking spoil it for you right now, okay? Because
It's
I
10
think
years old, man.
Yeah, it's 10 years old.
it's 10 years old. Jeff, put your headphones back on. Yeah, it's 10 years old. I feel like the statute of limitations on Bioshock 1 is up. So Andrew Ryan is by far one of the greatest fucking gaming antagonists of all time, and I think we can all agree on that, right? Like,
Yeah.
Andrew Ryan is an amazing fucking character. And when you find out the truth, and you know, I won't go into full spoiler territory for everybody's virgin ears out there, but when you find out the truth behind Atlas and Would You Kindly, like that was a fucking watershed moment in gaming for me. Like, my fucking tiny little mind was blown when that happened to me, and I thought back about everything I had done up until that point, and I was like, I had been fucking, this game has played me. up
It's
until
because
this
you
point.
never played System Shock, right?
I never played System Shock, no.
All right.
It's literally a subpar copy-paste of System Shock with better graphics.
Because I mean,
That's
that's the
Bioshock.
twist. That's the twist in System Shock is that
Yeah.
fucking Shodan is like leading you along the whole time, and then she's like,
Oh,
"Oh,
man,
it's
Shodan is
fine."
Polito, and she can actually rewrite reality. That was great.
Okay, but so like Sophia Lamb in Bioshock 2 was garbage, and the twist
didn't
was
like her.
garbage,
I didn't like it.
and the ending itself was so unsatisfying, and you're like honestly, the coolest thing about Bioshock 2 is when they revealed the, like, you know, what was she, the you know, the big sister, right? And I was like, oh, cool, this is, you know, that's a fucking badass looking character. It's an awesome antagonist. But then I guess they switched. They had played it up as though there was going to be one big sister, and she would hunt you throughout the game, and you would have a confrontation with her at the end. I thought that was really fucking cool. It was almost like, you know, the Nemesis in Resident Evil 3. But I guess what they did the last minute was they fucking sat down, took a shit, and out came Sophia Lamb, and they turned, you know, the big sister into just another Big Daddy type encounter. And when I heard about that, I was so disappointed. I thought the whole thing was anticlimactic. The twist with that one, what was his name? Sinclair. The twist with Sinclair was stupid. But then you get to BioShock Infinite, and Elizabeth is one of my favorite characters. Like I really truly cared about her well-being,
Yeah,
and I really, really did. And I thought her ability to rip open dimension. I love all the kind of like the subtle little callbacks, in the vanilla game, not the DLC, but in the vanilla game to BioShock 1. And I thought I don't know about you guys, but I thought Comstock was a great fucking antagonist, and I thought the twist at the end was mind-blowing.
Bullshit. Sorry, I hate.
No. Okay, why?
Infinite.
I do not like the BioShock Infinite ending either.
It's so derivative, and it doesn't even know what it's trying to say. It's not actually saying anything. It's like, gosh, I don't know. Every story ever has already been written. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. I don't really know. And the whole game just waffles around this, like, it doesn't know what it wants to say.
I agree with that.
There's no message in BioShock Infinite. It's not trying to say anything. It's just kind of out there going, I don't know, guys.
I really liked I really disliked the Daisy Fitzroy character as well. Like everything about like just what they did with her 3/4 of the way through the game.
So
surprise!
But we can take that back even further. And one of my big problems with the game is that nothing matters in Infinite. Like literally nothing matters, because once you jump through a dimension, your dimension is basically gone. You're never going to go back to the first dimension you were in at the very start of the game and like save that dimension. As soon as you go through a tear, you're in another world. So at that point there is nothing to save, because you're going into other worlds, and like every single problem you face is ultimately like, how do I get out of my reality into another reality? And you never actually get back to the one reality you were trying to save. This is a big problem with parallel reality stories in a lot of fiction, is this idea that nothing matters. No choice anyone makes matters, because every choice has already happened or will happen. And in this game, like literally any action Booker takes, it doesn't matter because of some random ending at the end where it's like, well, at this arbitrary point in time, we can take one action that will matter. Somehow, for some reason, killing Booker here will actually change time, even though he died in some realities and didn't die in others, in other stories. It's nonsensical. It doesn't work. It has no stakes because there's nothing to save, because all realities are infinite. And this was
maybe the thing that fails to happen in the game is that it doesn't seem to have any impact as far as gameplay as what it tries to do, because I think that books are a little bit more successful in driving this kind of idea across. But in the game, it's like nothing that you're doing is actually having any repercussion to what you're actually doing in the story. And it felt like pretty rushed to me. I felt like half the story was an amazing build-up. I'm getting into the story, and then it kind of just ended in something that was kind of lazy, but also not to the scale that it was building up to be. So, and I think that maybe the style of the game wanted to have something a lot more meaningful, or that whole pull on the heartstring things. But in the end, it doesn't carry it home because it just doesn't know how to. And I think a lot of games have that kind of issue where they just don't know what to do with it or how to present it. And even though they present it in an interesting way, maybe it just doesn't hit home for a lot of people. I thought the game was a lot of fun.
I think BioShock works, or Infinite, works on sort of a moment-to-moment level, right? You have like this moment where Elizabeth is dancing and having fun, and there's this sense of innocence there, and that's like a really good moment. It's really well made. The opening of that game, brilliant. Levine is really, really good at moments. He's really, really bad at tying it all together. He's never made a game where it all ties together well without the help of some vastly better game designers. Like Doug Church, who's working on Half-Life 3 now, but that's a whole other story. It's interesting talking to people who worked on BioShock Infinite who literally hate Ken Levine. They do not want to work with him again. He's unfocused.
Yeah, no, I can believe that.
He's unfocused. He's an asshole. He takes credit for other people's work, supposedly.
Well, he's never coming on this show.
They built
the BioShock for PSP.
They built 3 games. Not one BioShock Infinite. They built 3 BioShock Infinites over the course of that game's development. They had to throw out so much stuff just because they wanted to ship it on PS3 and Xbox 360. That first demo was playable. This is what I was told. It was playable. They could do it. They just couldn't put it on consoles. Consoles killed whatever promise BioShock Infinite had. What we got was a linear corridor shooter with really bad shoot bangs, but a cool roller coaster mechanic.
Okay, so I'm not going to sit here and say that I won't criticize BioShock Infinite, because I absolutely will. There are things in the game that just did not either click with me or make sense to me. For example, the choice system, like for example, whether or not to throw the baseball at the interracial couple getting married, or whether or not you chose the which pin you chose. Elizabeth said, "Hey, which one should I pick?"
That was the point of the game. That was the point of the game. There is he was literally, it's the most nihilistic game I've ever seen. He's literally saying with those moments, choice doesn't matter. And this is him actually building a sequel to BioShock. This is a direct sequel. BioShock comes up with a claim. BioShock 2 says, you're full of shit. Here's what actually happens. And then BioShock Infinite comes along and he's like, I'm going to pretend 2 didn't happen, and I'm just going to say what I said in BioShock 1. So what he's getting at, what he's been going through in BioShock 1 and BioShock Infinite is BioShock 1 is basically saying, it's not on me, the designer, to put you into this reality. It's all fake. Games aren't real, so choices don't matter. And then when he goes and he makes BioShock Infinite, he basically says, once again, choice doesn't matter because there are infinite realities, and no matter how many times you play the game, it's all basically the same. He's trying to absolve himself of the responsibility as a designer to create new moments. I say this as a guy who is very interested in games that have emergent storytelling. I'll be doing something in Stalker. One time I met a guy named Edic Dinosaur. That was his name. Don't ask me why. I accidentally killed him in a gunfight. I'd met him off and on throughout the world, just random NPC. He lived his own life. It was completely simulated, and I accidentally killed him one day. So I took it on myself to bury him in a grave. That was my story. What? Yeah.
I want to point something out to you real quick, and this is relevant to you. Brow in chat says that BioShock 2's gameplay is better than Doom 2016.
That's an interesting argument.
I can feel you. I can feel the rage bubbling inside of you right now.
I have to. I'm actually I'm sitting here and I'm going, should I entertain this thought?
I want you to know that I can feel you. I can feel the heat coming off you in waves through my monitor right now.
I feel ragey.
Just like when Rand Althor in chat says that BioShock Infinite 2 has better gameplay than Dark Souls. Fuck you, Rand.
Now he's right there.
What the fuck is
first person?
It's a dark opinion.
Jesus.
It's my job. Anyways, so basically what I'm getting is if you look at Ken Levine's history, the games he made with System Shock 2, which is the greatest video game of all time, is sorry, I love it.
Go back to Digimon.
All the looking back games were great because they created worlds that were alive. You go into this world space, and it's actually living and breathing and interesting. And all the bits we love in BioShock, the first game, is when the world feels real to us. And the thing about video games is we know they're fake, right? They're entertainment products. You have a computer screen or you have a television or whatever that's saying, hey, we know the game is fake, but we choose to believe in the reality of the moment. It's why we watch Old Yeller and cry when the dog dies, even though we know it's all a movie. It's fake, but we get into the moment. In film they actually call this suture. And games have the same thing. BioShock Infinite, all the best parts of that game are when the world feels real to us, and then at the very end he's like, this game's not real, and I don't have to worry about making this a real space anymore. I'm just going to make this a linear corridor shooter for the last hour. That's what we hate. Everything we hate about BioShock 1 is that last boss fight, that last really, really bad gameplay.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I'll agree with you. That last boss fight was pure dog shit.
Kindly is the moment that lets him do that. He's trying to free himself from his responsibility to make this world. He's I don't want to create this illusion anymore. I just want to kind of do my thing. But his games are at the best, and everyone who ever worked at Looking Glass did this. Their games are always great when they're creating these living spaces. That's why Dishonored is so great. It's about creating a living, breathing space. That's why so many designers quit Irrational and actually work at Arcane now. It's because better to work for the guys who are doing the simulation than Levine. So that's kind of what he's been doing with BioShock and Infinite. He's basically saying, I'm not responsible to make this virtual reality. Nothing matters. And I really resent that as a player. I I want to believe in the reality of the spaces, even though I know they're not real. Sorry, that was really long.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, so Doc, you have nothing to say on the subject at all, is what you're telling me.
That was
I
great.
respect that. I respect
That makes up for last week.
Hey,
It really-
I'm
yeah, it
not. I'm
does.
not done because I haven't said a word about BioShock 2 yet. So
No, but
The rest of us are.
The door's closed. The door's closed, Doc. You're
I
done.
figured you guys wanted to, like, maybe chime in. Maybe.
I actually, you know what I do want to point out is that Al in chat said that avatar that Brow has, actually he designed himself and drew. That's fucking cool, dude. You got some talent, dude. How long did it take you to do that?
That one probably around 120 hours.
Jesus,
That's almost as much time as I spent in Digimon.
that is really sad.
Do you want to see it?
I do actually.
Let me pull it up.
Is it true that you designed Dexter on Dexter's Laboratory?
I worked with Gendy.
Oh, okay.
That's
why
cool. So you probably got like all kinds of crazy stories about people in the industry who suck, right?
some. Yeah.
Who sucks? Who sucks?
Who sucks? Spill the beans.
Tell me who sucks, bro. I gotta know.
Don't burn bridges.
I'm just kidding. You don't have to tell me.
There
Who
you
sucks.
go.
Yeah.
Okay,
really,
yeah, I
Halo
want to
Wars
see this.
2000?
In fact, let me open this here, and I'll hopefully be able to. Oh, dude, that is awesome.
This is sick.
That is fucking cool. Is there a way that we can throw this in chat so people can see it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, here. I'm gonna throw this out in chat for the fans here, so you guys can check this out.
E.T. Enter Dragon Punch says, please tell me Todd Howard beats up homeless people.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. And speaking of Todd Howard, has anybody here, because I have not, I just haven't had time, has anybody here played the Far Harbor DLC?
Yes.
I want to.
I hear that it runs like absolute dog shit on anything other than a PC.
That's why you play on PC.
That's why you play on PC.
Yeah.
Well, I've never
PC doesn't
understood
have
people who are
trophies.
like, yeah, I want to play a Bethesda game on a console. Like, why?
I
would
do. I want to play a Bethesda game on a console.
Yeah, but that's like saying, hi, I'm a masochist. I enjoy,
Dark Souls.
I enjoy being turned into a wagon for a person to ride on in Saints Row 3. I mean, that's what you're saying.
I think Fallout 4 would have been literally unplayable. I played it on PS4 without VATS. It would have been literally unplayable.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
I've never ever seen the value of playing those games on consoles because for me, like, even all the way back in like the freaking Morrowind days, these are moddable games. So it seems strange for me to like hear people being like, yeah, I want to play a game that you can't mod. So
Well,
weird.
but if you don't have a PC, you don't have a choice. Like, I played Morrowind on the original Xbox, and it froze probably once a day.
Yeah.
It was awful. But I loved the shit out of it anyway.
But without spoiling anything of Far Harbor, I really liked it. I had a story complaint where like something that I thought was important wasn't important at all. It was just kind of throwaway, but I enjoyed it. They actually had some choices I had to make in the game that actually had me sitting there kind of like disgusted with myself for having made. I never make choices in games and actually like really feel anything about them unless
That's
they're
because
like
you're soulless.
really good games, but there aren't many games with good choices. Like I can think of maybe 5 off the top of my head. But in Far Harbor, I was actually asked to make some choices that I felt like I was actually making moral compromise, and I felt really bad about it. It was really strange. So I really like what they tried. It still has some of that Bethesda weirdness to it, where it's like, really, guys? You think this is a good quest? But then there were other things that I really liked about it. It is very much a follow-up to Point Lookout from Fallout 3, which was the best part of Fallout 3. So take that as you will.
Okay, so I've actually, you know what? If I don't ask this right now, I'm gonna fucking forget it. And this question is for Brow, actually, because I feel like you're a guest. I need to be asking you more questions.
That's fine.
And just shut Doc's fucking mouth. I'm just kidding, Doc. I love you, buddy. I'm curious, Brow. What are you working on right now, art-wise? Or is that something you can't really like talk about?
There's It's funny because I've worked on the industry as in a studio where we work on just like 1 or 2 projects. But currently, I work at Liquid where it's kind of like a production house, so outsourcing, and the amount of outsourcing that I have seen on AAA games is like incredible. The amount is just I never knew that how much was outsourced, at least to the AAA games. So I'm currently working on like 5 projects at the same time. The only one that I can talk about is probably we do all the skins for Smite.
Ooh,
Nice.
I think that's cool. I know Steve appreciates that. He's playing Smite right now.
Yeah, it's cool. I like how the art goes through it, and it looks pretty cool. And then in the game, it doesn't look as cool. That's about
Did you do
it.
Cupid?
No.
That's my favorite character.
I've seen. I don't even know the names. There's like a cool lion with an armor. We just do whatever they ask us and design, and then we just build it. But we've done probably around maybe like 15, 16, and I think every month we do like a couple.
They're big on putting diamonds on everybody. I don't know why they care so much about diamond skins.
Yep. We do some of the other. I don't know. A lot of just regular armor. I don't know. They're not very interesting to me, but that's a project. I can tell you some of the clients that I've done work with here. I've done work with 343. Oh, I actually worked for Halo 5. So that's
cool.
I did.
And you said the game that most people would know that you worked on was Frozen.
Yeah.
It's
Frozen. Got us on
crazy. Yep, that's the most sold game, at least, that I've been working on.
Yeah, but you're not talking 5-year-olds.
No, yeah. I mean, each game has its own interesting story. But other clients, WB Montreal, Irrational, you guys have been talking about Ken Levine. What else? I don't know. Big company names. For some reason,
you're working on Elder Scrolls 6, aren't you?
I don't know. Maybe. I did work on that gigantic game for Motiga.
Oh yeah, didn't they like get canceled and then uncanceled?
They're in a weird place. I don't know what the deal is, but
it's because of some Microsoft stuff. I think Microsoft is starting to freak out about games as a service and realizing it's not a very good idea for their platform.
Oh, yeah, I work with Microsoft. That's a big client. They're pretty intense, but they're pretty cool as far as the amount of project and what they do inside of it. That's a lot of always interesting. I got to play with the HoloLens or all that kind of thing, so it's pretty fun.
I want to point out to our viewers in chat real quick, I don't normally share the conversations that we have in our little private chat here, but I will warn you that Doc says he wants to end the podcast in a weird way. Now, I don't know what he means by that.
I just updated that.
Let me see this. I want to... Okay. That's illegal in 7 states, Doc. We can't,
just audio reaction.
We can't do that live, and Doc, it's a living creature. I can't allow this to happen. What are you thinking? Actually, no, that's acceptable. We can do that. Okay. But I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to say what it is, or what it is, or who it is, or you know what? I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Just let me know when we're coming to an end, and I will do the thing.
I'm so excited for it. I kind of want to end the podcast now, but we're not going to do that because people would be extremely disappointed in us if we did that. I would hope. Brow, I got another question for you, dude. And actually, you know what? This is kind of a question for everybody and everybody in chat as well. But I want to hear Brow's take on it first. There have been a lot of really, really beautiful, well-designed games this current generation. I don't think anybody can deny that. I want to know what you think is the absolute pinnacle of art design so far this generation. Like if you had to pick one game that you didn't work on.
Oh, that's an easy pick. Uncharted 4, like hands down.
Really?
They just do everything that they do has so much attention to art. Just not on how the way it's crafted, because the game is crafted really well, but as far as aesthetics, composition, color, any way that you look at that game, you have something interesting to look at visually. And it tells you a lot of things as narrative, but it's just art. Like, I think that's one of the few games that I've seen that just blows me away as to how much they want to say visually, not in the game's world, but just artistically. Like, I studied architecture and art, just pure art, and just the things that they teach you and the things that you're going for that people should recognize, like shape, language, and color, and all those things. I mean, they just know how to do it properly. And I think a lot of games are very interesting in a more abstract way, but none of them carry it across like Uncharted 4 did for me.
It's interesting you say that. I have a my own background is in like film production. For me, everything you're saying applies to Destiny.
Ew,
Like,
no.
I know that people are like, well, Destiny's kind of gross and how it like terribly handles story or whatever, but if you just walk around that game and just look at it from various angles, it's a surprisingly beautiful game. And there are times when I go back to it after months of not having played it, and I'm reminded of how gorgeous this game is. I mean, this is why they have 500 people working on the game. Like, I think they have 300 artists on this.
They're super talented.
Yeah, they had 500 people working on the art and one person working on the story.
Then they fired him, and they fired him.
Yeah.
No, they have 8 people working on story, and most of them have left by now and been replaced by other people.
I think that the concept of Destiny, the one that they had before where they were mixing like the medieval look with the sci-fi, I thought that look was 100 times a lot more interesting with what they ended up with. But at the same time, I totally agree with you that Destiny is just gorgeous. That's one of those games that I have like 6 or 7 gigs of images on my PS4 from just taking pictures of it. It's a very beautiful game. I agree.
Well, I want to know what the rest of the panel thinks real quick. I want to know, and we'll start with Brandon. Brandon, what do you think is the absolute pinnacle of art design this generation? And there's a lot to choose from.
Ooh.
I know, dude. I'm sorry.
Got it. I mean, it's an easy answer. Uncharted 4. I mean, just even the variety of environments, and they do them all as well as they possibly can. I mean, think like Madagascar looks completely different from like the jungle chapters later on in the game. Stuff like that. It's just fucking insane.
All right, well, that's 2 for Uncharted. What about JT? What about you? Don't say Rocket League. Don't.
No, it does have a great art direction, and the lore tied to that game is just immaculate. It's spectacular.
Wait, hold on. The lore tied to Rocket League?
Yeah, the Rocket League lore. You've never heard of this?
The Rocket League lore, the deepest lore.
Is there fan fiction? Is there fan fiction in Rocket League?
I made an entry on the Rocket League wiki for the lore. I think it's probably still up there. Unless
Are you serious?
You know what?
Bullshit. You're bullshitting me, dude. Please tell me
We're not going to talk about this because I could talk about it all night, like someone on this podcast.
I dare you.
It's not legit until there's actually. It's not legit until there's actually Rocket League themed porno.
Yeah,
Then you know the game has made it.
Overwatch kind of stole the bacon on that one.
But in all seriousness,
is
your choice Rocket League?
No, it's not.
Okay, good.
Uncharted 4, I still haven't beaten it, by the way, but it is spectacular. Yeah, I haven't had time to play much, but like I was just wowed. I spent so much time, have spent so much time in the photo mode.
Oh god, I had to turn it off, dude. It was too much.
Yeah, like I turned it off and I'm like, no, I want to take a picture of this, so I had to turn it back on. Like I just couldn't. Every 30 seconds, I stopped just to like frame something better, or like put this in frame that something that wasn't, or like turn the camera around. It's just ridiculous. But my answer would have to probably be Unravel.
Sure. Good choice. Sure,
that
I can
game
accept that.
did just a fantastic job with putting the setting. The setting was just like small, miniaturized, and it really put you in that world. It was like you are a ball of yarn, and this is small. Like all these different platforming objects that you're jumping on, are real world items, and I don't know. It was just cool to me. It's a 2D game, and that's probably not as popular as opinion.
That doesn't matter.
But I was wowed by the art and all the environment the environment building in that game. So that's my answer.
Jeff, what about you?
Well, I just want to clarify the chat's asking if we're talking graphics or art. So
Well, I'm talking
I'm
art,
art.
but
I'm talking
yeah,
art.
4 wins for graphics too.
Talking art. Or, I mean,
yeah, I mean
graphics,
they're tied together, but yeah, I'll try and talk. I'll try and separate the two. There's a lot of technically really good-looking games. Like I just played Ratchet and Clank, which looks almost like an animated movie, like playable. But I don't think the art design itself. I mean, it's fine, but it's not something that like the environments and stuff don't really grab me the way some other things. So Uncharted 4 for sure is up there, and I think the one thing I just wanted to add to what everyone already said is that like all the environments individually are unique and look amazing, but they all feel like they take place in the same world. There's been some games I play where you just go from level to level and they all look crazy, but they don't really feel cohesive. And Uncharted 4 just really feels like I did go from one place to another. Like they all feel like they can coexist. And I have to give I haven't played Dark Souls 3, but Bloodborne is, for all its shitty frame pacing and other technical issues, the art direction in that game just, especially there's a couple of without spoiling, there's a couple of changes that occur in the game and things change, and oh man, just it doesn't feel like anything else I've ever played. It's insane.
I like Bloodborne a lot because of what it creates and its atmosphere. But on a technical standpoint, how they mesh everything together, it feels like old Unreal Tournament, where they just take meshes and then just mix them together to build their own different buildings. I like what they do. I think that it's very creative, but art-wise, and that's just me because I love the art on what they do. It's just so much different to see something that feels structurally based and grounded, but at the same time tell so much visually. I guess that's why that Uncharted 4 thread with the photos has so much variety. I don't think I see a lot of pictures like the same picture twice. Or like with Final Fantasy where you see in Steam, you see those pictures and you see the most favorite ones are the ones that are in a cutscene or something because they're especially framed. And I feel like Bloodborne borrows a lot from what they do, but it just kind of, I feel like it's getting better with Dark Souls 3, but I like the theme of Bloodborne a lot more. I don't know what I'm trying to go with this, but I like art. That's my point.
Okay. No, that's awesome, dude. And Steve, what about you? Talk about yours, and then I'll tell you what mine is.
Well, seeing that Mighty Number 9 isn't out yet.
Oh man,
savage!
I'll mention, Uncharted 4 is gorgeous. Everybody knows, but I guess Until Dawn was really the first game that blew me away this generation. And I thought it was interesting the way they tried to incorporate the horror genre and several aspects of it into the game, and not only graphically, but the way that they shot it was just really, and you couldn't mess with the camera, and that was in part.
Good camera angles.
Yeah, that was in part why it was so compelling, is because you couldn't change. They had to guide you as to what they wanted you to see. So I thought it was really well done.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit. I feel like it's a three-way tie. I would say
mention the Banner Saga, dude. Don't even mention the Banner Saga.
You're gonna say The Division, aren't you?
I can't speak of the Banner Saga because I haven't played it. These are games I've played, and no, I'm not gonna say The Division.
he's a Souls fan. He's gonna pick one of the Souls.
Would you just hold on?
He's gonna say Battlefront.
Number one has to be. And I'm surprised none of you guys mentioned this. Number one, this is in no particular order, but first you have to mention Ori and the Blind Forest. You have to. If we're talking art direction, I've actually played Ori and the Blind Forest, and that is some of the most it's like a moving, breathing painting, and it is some of the most evocative, emotional artwork I have seen in a game. To me personally, it's one of the most visually impressive titles on any system this generation. It is a huge achievement in art direction, in my opinion. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous fucking game. The other one, obviously, number two, obviously, would be Bloodborne. So yes, you're right. I'm picking a Souls game, but I'm actually going Bloodborne over Dark Souls 3, even though I think Dark Souls 3 is the better game.
No, that's the right call.
Bloodborne is I have often said that after playing Bloodborne, I would just fucking absolutely love to see what Miyazaki could do with the Castlevania franchise, right? Like I feel like the artwork in Bloodborne would just murder a Castlevania game, and just like I think Jeff, you mentioned that like there are subtle changes throughout the game as you progress, and things aren't always what they seem, and the design for some of the enemies like Ebrietas. In the church, or the cleric beast. Like I mean, the cleric beast to me was one of the most visually impressive bosses in the game. I was just like, God, or Vicar Amelia. I mean, you could go on and on and on about the very Lovecraftian, very very dark, gothic art design of that game. And Bloodborne's art direction is just fucking superlative, just awesome. And I would say the other one for me would be Tales of the Borderlands. I love Tales of the Borderlands, and the way that and I thought that the cell shaded kind of Borderlands style worked perfectly with that Telltale style, storytelling type of game. And I just I thought the characters were so much more emotionally expressive than anything you found in The Walking Dead or Game of Thrones, which is just garbage anyway. But yeah, I would say those are mine. Those have yeah. I mean, Uncharted 4 is the most visually impressive game this generation. I don't think anybody's going to argue that. But I would say that for pure art direction, for me, it's got to be those three. And I can't pick one of those three that's better than the other. So it's there you go. That's me.
Those are all good choices. Before we move on, I do want to show you one thing. You said Rocket League art does not exist. It clearly does.
Oh, dude, that is cool. That is.
Did you do that?
Yeah, this is an awesome picture. That's one of my favorite pieces of art.
If we're gonna show off art, you know what? You guys talk about some video games.
Yeah, I was watching some Overwatch porn yesterday, and saw Tracer and Widowmaker getting up on a big old.
All right. It's been a while since we talked about that stuff. I think we went 5 shows without bringing up porn.
Go on, Brandon. I was waiting.
Oh no!
If you don't count the Let's Play.
What? Did I miss something?
Yeah. Hey, you've been missing a lot.
Oh,
That's
man.
why you need to get Overwatch, Jeff.
What are you talking about, guys?
I keep trying to talk myself into it, and then I just watch videos of it. I'm like, man, this just doesn't look like it's for me.
I'll say
playing with us.
Literally.
it's not just a traditional shooter, because there are enough roles that if you don't like the Call of Duty-esque runaround, you can play something different, and it feels entirely unique.
But Soldier 76 is the best character in the game.
Okay, all right, I've got some art for you guys. Check this out. I highly recommend everybody go to this website and check this out. I still need to hang it, but this right here, in one sheet, is Dark Souls in its entirety.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's the entire game from top to bottom.
That is
right there. And you got the Undead Asylum. You got and it's just you got the fucking Smoldering, not the Smoldering Lake, the Ashen Lake. This is fucking cool.
Is it upside down?
No, no, it is. You're right. So at the top you got Anne Rolando, and then I'm not looking at myself because I'm not a fucking I don't like to stare at myself in the mirror, so I'm not looking at what's going on in the screen.
I didn't finish Dark Souls, so I thought like maybe at the end of the game the world flips upside down.
It's kind of like in Castlevania. It's kind of you got the reverse Lordran,
Speaking of upside down, Al.
Looks kind of eyeball now.
Yeah, Al in chat just pointed out it totally looks like a cat.
It does, dude. That's weird.
And now he's just ruined this for me. Thank you so much.
It looks like a cat.
I heard you guys talking about Overwatch. Did you guys see the sales numbers?
7 million players.
Yeah. Oh, hey, by the way, Gabe's in chat. Gabe, why are you in chat and not in the fucking podcast?
Probably worked out too much.
He was getting swole at the gym. But hey, Gabe, we love you.
Gabe's a beast, man.
Why am I being called out for not finishing games?
I want to pinch your cheek.
JT is here.
So yeah, Overwatch. I'm gonna get this fucking show back on the road, you guys. I gotta rein you in. Brow, I'm curious. Have you played Overwatch at all?
Yeah.
I'd love to hear. We've all talked about Overwatch and what we feel about it. I'd love to hear what you feel about what you think about it, not just from a gameplay level, but like from an art direction level, because it's a really really cool looking game.
Let's see. I'll agree with what you guys said at the beginning. I think Overwatch is one of those games that gets better the more people you know are playing with you. I don't think it's a lot of fun to play with randoms because it's about teamwork and choosing different classes to updo what the other team is playing. As far as art goes, I mean, it's Blizzard. I mean, they're gonna do it right, and I think that it's interesting the way that they're going in the direction they're going. But the most interesting thing to me is that they can make a game run that well and that pretty on shitty computers. Like you can take like really like 10-year-old computer and run this game and make it look as nice as one of the next-gen computers or whatever. And I think they do a lot with very little over there at Blizzard, and I think that's why their games have such long legs. Like they just keep going because you can play it. Like it doesn't require you to have the new 1080 graphics card or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they just make it work, and they do so many tricks so well. Just like Uncharted. Like if you look at the art of Uncharted, what's underneath, it's super simple what they're doing. They leverage a lot of their things on the way they do. And I just think Blizzard knows what they're doing. They pick the right colors, the right lighting, the right shapes. I think the thing that stands out the most in that game is the animation over everything. It's just a fantastic game to look at in motion. I don't think looking at a picture does justice to what the game is trying to do visually. And I don't think I think Team Fortress has like a solid foundation that they built from. But I think just Blizzard is a little bit more daring in what they're trying to do as far as executing its art and its vision. It's just, I think it's I don't know what you guys think about it, but I think it's
I think we all fucking love it.
Yeah, but as far as art goes,
that's not even a question.
As far as art goes,
I think it looks fantastic. Like there's the only complaint that I have is that sometimes I'm not exactly sure who killed me. Like Team Fortress 2 because it only has like 5 characters or whatever, 6 characters. I don't know how many ever it has. It's really easy to tell who you got killed by.
I
Like,
find when that happens, it's usually a lucky Hanzo hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool. I hate that guy.
I just
Or
think
Bastion.
Team Fortress 2 is slightly better at communicating that information.
I still want Jeff and JT to come on and play with us.
I don't have
You're making me think about buying another copy.
I played with you one of those times that I.
One. Just one.
Well, okay. See, I have a group of friends that enjoys to this day, even though Overwatch is out, even though Battleborn is out, even though we play Rocket League a lot, Rainbow Six Siege. And
You're still playing that, huh?
there's a dedicated fan base for that game, and it's a fantastic core game, and they just keep adding content. A new map came out, 2 new operators came out, and yeah, I can't get enough of that game. There's something, it's like a chess game. There's something about preparing all your stuff and like the destruction that you can do in that game, like the walls and stuff, and there's always new operators coming out, so it kind of keeps
What's
it
your
fresh.
favorite way to play it? Is it 3v3?
It's 5v5. So
5v5. Holy shit.
yeah.
Jeez.
And it's one death per round, and in casual it's best of 5, and ranked it's best of 7, and so you go back and forth between defending and attacking, or like trying to rescue the hostage and defending the hostage, or something like that, And with the new operators that are out.
Well, I was talking about Rocket League. I'm sorry. What?
No.
Fucking what?
I remember when I tried playing with JT. I tried playing Siege with JT, and I realized that I should not play Siege.
It's very twitchy, yeah, and even more so on PC. But
Join me.
Speaking of which, we should mention they just announced is it $15, the entry-level edition?
Yeah, so you all should pick it up and play it on PC with me.
Nah, I'm alright.
I have the season pass on PS4, so I should probably.
I want to know when Jeff is going to get on PS4 and play Overwatch with us. That's what I want.
I would say when it goes on sale, but do Blizzard games ever go on sale?
Nope.
No, it's an Activision game. You're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh
that's
shit.
not going on sale.
Hey,
I
Diablo
don't
3
know, Christmas when I get a gift card.
Jeff,
Diablo 3
dude,
came out 4 years ago.
dude.
Yep.
When we
Yep.
tell you, Jeff, when we tell you this is the most fun you'll have with a multiplayer game this year, probably, like, we're not bullshitting you. Like, it's.
I don't believe you. I've been burned too many times.
No, Brandon, you got to back me up.
For what game?
Brandon or Brow, you got to bet me up for Overwatch. It is the most fun you're going to have in a multiplayer game this year.
I agree.
Unquestionably.
Jeff,
If I'm on at the same time you guys are, I'm playing with you. If I'm playing with randoms, I hear it's not.
Yeah, you guys play so early that I'm like still having lunch.
early? What the fuck are you talking about? We play at like 9 p.m.
Your time, that's 8 p.m. my time.
Yeah.
Doing stuff.
I play at odd times.
The Bachelorette.
I get to play in the evenings and then at odd times during the weekend. And I haven't found myself without someone to play that is fun to play with that's not random. Whether it's
for Brow and anybody else.
And it's fun.
We started the SDGC community on PS4, so that you can find us now, and we've been playing with a lot of guys from the podcast.
It's been really
Robo,
cool, actually.
Jello,
I am
Al.
seriously considering picking up a PS4 copy. Like,
You really should, dude. Like, we would love to. That would be cool.
You're
my
gonna
paycheck's
hate.
coming in like the next 2 or 3 days, and I am seriously considering picking it up.
Is the community a lot different on PS4 than it is on PC?
I think the PC version, from what I've seen of like streams and stuff, the PC version's got better players. So
That's usually the case, I find.
Not just
Yeah, they
that,
have fucking
but-
mouse and keyboard, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dead zone in the PS4 version.
It is
or
bad.
Something,
Yeah, the smoothing
with-
acceleration for the joystick is bad.
I just want to point out
Yeah.
that somebody in chat said they literally just woke up to this podcast.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
Nice.
The best part of
Good
waking
morning.
up is Brandon and your cup. Oh, that came out really weird.
Oh my.
That came out awful.
Anyways, I am sure I will buy Overwatch at some point.
It's fun.
So he said here's a weird thing. So we know that how many people, like 7.9 million people play the beta, right? And so it says that Overwatch hits 7 million players. That's a great number, but one, that's not games sold, and two, it seems like when you think about how many people played the beta, it seems just a little low. Or am I crazy?
You're crazy.
Okay, maybe I'm crazy, shit, dude. I don't know.
Seven.
I'm
is
no Z-Huge, so I don't know.
fantastic.
7.9
No.
played the beta, and it sold what?
No, 9.7 played the beta.
That's
Well,
still, like,
that's a great turnaround rate.
played the
That's a
beta.
free open beta, and yeah.
That's insane.
Especially for a week out, right? It's been out for a week, 2 weeks.
Especially in an age where there's a shit ton of betas and people normally get their fill. I know with Destiny, The Division, and to a point, Battleborn, I played the shit out of the beta, but then the game came out and I'm like, okay, I've already played this. I'm bored with it. So the fact that they have 7 out of 9 people coming back, that's really good.
My favorite copy and paste meme is back in the chat, by the way. I missed that. I was wondering where it went. I'm glad that's back. I don't know why, but that just makes me smile. No, but I don't know. So like, actually, hey, this is cool. E the Dead says, is there official SDGC PSN community set up on PS4? Actually, yes.
That's what Steve
There
was
is.
talking about. Yep.
We need
Send
more
me an
people in it.
invite.
Actually, you should absolutely go join it. It's what the fuck, Brandon? What did you just post in chat? What is this?
Have you never seen the Navy SEAL meme before?
Whoa!
Oh.
I want to say that crazy one in chat
Derailment.
says I have to divide my focus. Weird, out of context thing to come back to. This is about the time, Juan, that the podcast goes completely off the rails.
Yeah, you can always tell when it's nearing the end.
You can always tell because we all just start going fucking nuts. Like maybe at any random moment, I could just pull this out and start,
Yep. This is whenever I pull out Uncharted Fortune Hunter on my phone and just start.
Oh my
You're
God.
such an asshole, dude. You're such an ass. So, and apparently I had seen some news about the Overwatch patch that is going to be nerfing McCree and buffing Diva, and so there's actually a really cool, very necessary change coming for Reaper that I just read about, and I didn't know this. So, like, one thing I've noticed about playing as Reaper is that, yes, JT, okay.
Wait, they put out balance changes?
Yeah, no. So what? It's coming. I think it's coming next week. So the deal is that they're buffing Diva, they're nerfing McCree's alt, and they're changing the way Reaper plays. So like if
Hold on,
Reaper,
how are they nerfing McCree's alt or ult?
I don't know. I just
I would
know they're nerfing
imagine
it.
fewer shots.
But I do know that the play. So like the biggest problem that people have with Reaper is that his teleport move for either team is the same color. So like when he teleports, like when your own Reaper teleports right in the middle of you guys, like everybody flips out because they think it's the enemy and they waste bullets on him when it's your dude. So the Reaper on your team is going to like disappear in a puff of blue smoke, as opposed to a puff of red smoke. Which, to be honest with you, honestly, it should have shipped that way. Because having played Reaper for the first time last night, that's one thing I did notice is that it was hard to tell, or having played against Reaper, I was like, oh shit, oh never mind, that's the guy on my team. So I think it's a really cool change. But the other thing I really like about Overwatch is that apparently, and this is so. I saw somebody on Twitter, and this is a very well-known guy. I'm not going to mention him by name because I don't want to start anything. But a very well-known gaming personality had a problem with the microtransactions in Overwatch, and I don't fucking get it. I don't get the complaints about the because it's not a pay-to-win model. It's everything you could possibly pay money for is cosmetic, and all of the maps, all of the future characters, all the updates, everything, as far as we know, is going to be absolutely free. So I don't understand the complaining about the microtransactions. I don't get it.
I'm doing that in my own game. We're gonna have paid cosmetics, because we actually want to release free content after we release the game, and we need to be able to afford that. So, from a designer perspective, I don't get it at all. From a journalist perspective or gaming personality type perspective, maybe it's just that they're used to getting stuff free. I don't know, but I really don't understand why anyone would object to.
The chat is gone. We've lost the chat.
What?
The chat is gone completely. Flunky says, I sexually identify as a bot. Ever since I was a boy, I dreamed of soaring over the chat, dropping shitposts to dreams on disgusting streamers. People say to me that a person being a bot is... What the fuck is even happening?
You guys have really turned me on to this whole copy pasta.
Now I need to find something. I'm not going to do it right now. Oh, God. Somebody in chat said trained in guerrilla warfare at Cincinnati Zoo. Dude, too soon. Too fucking soon. We're probably
going to become a meme is John getting the episode numbers wrong.
Okay, you know what? That's fucking bullshit. Because
it's not a meme.
I had
no.
I had episode 36 right. Episode 36 is episode 36, and it's not my fault that YouTube said, you know what? Fuck episode 36. I'm not allowing it on your channel. That is not my fault.
Though.
YouTube wants to maintain.
This is 37.
YouTube wants to maintain the incorrect numbering sequence.
This is Brow. Near the end of the podcast, Brow. This is what happens. Everything breaks down, and we start yelling and screaming at each other about nonsense. So I apologize for all this fucking buffoonery.
Sorry, I have to get myself. The chat's killing me.
Brow's already tuned out. He's like, man, I am so ready to be done with these assholes. Wait, what does it say? Brandon in chat said, what the fuck did you just fucking say about me, you little bitch? I'll have you know my name is John, and I woke up this morning to this. What the fuck is this?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Dave in chat says, don't miss next week's episode.
I can't even read this.
This is terrible. Yeah, Enrique's right. This shit went down.
It's just fucking 4chan copy pasta, man.
Real fast. Where are you guys finding this crap?
Fucking the entire
next week for copy pasta and bullshit on episode 40.
Oh my god. Hey, speaking of episodes, I want to talk real quick about what we have coming up to you guys and the people in chat, because we've got some pretty exciting stuff coming up. So everybody knows that Mike Huber, we've had Mike Huber on the podcast in the past, and it was really, really awesome to have him on. Hopefully the week after E3, we're going to have Kyle Bossman on. From the Easy Allies. I actually have been talking with him, and we're trying to work out a schedule right now. I would like to shoot for the week after E3, so we do kind of like maybe even the week of E3, so we do like a pre-3 or like a post-E3 kind of deal. And
we should get Ken Levine the week after that.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be dying to come on after Doc.
I'm just gonna say those guys are so busy around E3. I don't think you'll be getting
probably
them.
not. Yeah, probably not. So it's probably more realistically going to be the week.
So we can get Ken Levine then.
Yeah, he's got nothing going on.
But I wanted to throw it out to everybody in chat, let them know that Bossman is Kyle. I am actually actively talking to Kyle Bossman right now. He actually, I guess Michael Huber put in a good word for us with him, and Kyle actually reached out to me and said I would love to be on the podcast. So after I passed out, and after I woke up, we've been going, so it's pretty cool. Kyle Bossman is coming on. Yes, we will advertise the fuck out of Bossman coming on. JT in chat says SDGC X Easy Allies. I would love that. That would be so fucking cool. The goal actually is to get them both on the podcast the week after E3 at the same time, both Huber and Bossman on the podcast.
Jessica Negri the week after that.
Jessica Negri the week after.
Bingo.
And everybody do me a favor. I tweeted out to Adam Boyes to come on the podcast, and I want everybody in the chat to go find that tweet and like it and retweet it. I want Adam Boyes on the podcast. I want to talk to him about just get him on. Everybody in the chat, that's your fucking responsibility right now to go get Adam Boyes on our podcast.
You're gonna have 2 Canadians on you then.
I will eat my Vita, one of my 2 Vitas, if Adam Boyes comes on the podcast.
Everybody tell Adam Boyes that at Flunky, make sure you tweet Flunky on this, at Flunky will eat one of his 2 Vitas if Adam Boyes comes on the program.
Yep.
And like I said earlier, we had a website, and people in chat may not know this, but we had a website at one point, and we kind of let it fall by the wayside just because people had shit going on. But things have changed now. We've got some of us have a little more time on our hands. I know I do. Because I've got a really boring fucking job. But our first article in a while is going up tonight, and the goal is to update that website daily with content for you guys. I'm trying not to pay attention to the chat. I'm trying so hard not to look. But I fucking can't. I fucking can't help it. We actually are planning on bringing back Marcel at some point.
Yes.
And the way in chat says I can message Adam Boyes. Yes, message Adam Boyes. Do that, please. I would love that. And with that, we'll probably go ahead and wrap up just because it's kind of a slow week right now, and there's not a whole lot to talk about. I do want to thank Brow for coming on and enduring our lunacy. Dude, you were a really cool guest, and I think you've got some really cool fucking stories, and you're an amazing artist. And I speak for everybody when I say that we're all looking forward to what you may be working on in the future. And it was just a pleasure having you on, man. You're a good guy to talk to.
Thank you. No, my pleasure. It was fun, and I do try to listen to you guys live, but by the time that you guys are going live, that's when I'm usually going home. Like right now, I'm still at work.
Okay, cool. All right, awesome. Okay. I don't know if you know this or not, but you can find all our episodes on iTunes as well. Hint for everybody in chat. Yep. Doc has something to post for us for a reaction before we get off the air. Go ahead. Doc, it's up to you. If you want to show the chat, you can, or if you just want to gauge the chat to see our reactions, we can do that.
I just want the chat to see you guys' reactions because I'm hoping it's good. But if it's disappointing, that's gonna suck.
Is this something I want in my? Do I want this in my browsing history?
Are you about to ghost us?
Yeah, you're not gonna put like lemonparty.org in there. I know what that is.
Thanks for the .org.
Check it out.
Let's see here. What is this?
This is a poster for the game that we're working on. It's work in progress.
Oh,
that's cool. I like that.
Holy shit.
Love it.
I like that, dude. That's fucking slick. That's classy.
Like the minimalist. Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool. I just want everybody in chat to know that we are looking at the first piece of anything we have seen for Doc's game.
Well, I did tweet some of the concepts we had from like a year or two ago, but
yeah, but dude, this is finished. Like this is finished artwork. Like this is, dude. Honestly, dude, you have to show people in chat this. Can we put this in chat?
Oh,
this is better than the Rocket League art.
It is.
I don't know. Yeah,
it really
totally is.
I will leave it to Doc as to whether or not he wants us to put this in chat.
No, it's pretty cool. I like it, Doc. That looks awesome.
I'll post in the DMs later because Gabe wants to see it, and I'll show Gabe. But
okay, well,
yeah, that by the way, the convoy there, that's the level it moves.
Okay, I was gonna say, is that like a Tusken Raider vehicle or?
you can like say little bits.
Now everybody thinks it's a Star Wars game.
Why wouldn't people not be hyped for something that looks like a Star Wars vehicle?
Because, you gotta, JT.
I'm wondering if anybody notices.
You can't slide your hand inside a woman's shirt without buying her dinner first. It's the same concept here, man. Don't rush it. Don't rush it.
Okay.
I'm
just gonna mention the stars in the sky very deliberately placed.
Okay.
I'm saying, God damn it! Now I'm gonna be looking at this all night.
It's
I got it. Cross your eyes and look at it like unfocused.
Guys, it's not actually a sky. It's a ceiling.
Oh.
Where are you guys seeing this? What's going on?
We all did a bunch of LSD like 2 minutes.
Doc, I just want to point out, people in chat are going fucking nuts.
Good. I will eventually show people.
That hype, guys.
Such a tease.
Yeah, guys, I gotta tell you, in chat, this is pretty fucking cool.
My plan is September is when I'm actually going to start showing stuff on Twitter, because the plan is to actually have a trailer by then of actual gameplay footage. We're trying to get like 6 or 7 guns, enemies, and 1 or 2 levels done before we show anything.
Oh, now I see it.
That's awesome. Gabe,
where can I order prints of this?
Throw it in the throw it in DMs, Doc, because Gabe is like frothing at the mouth.
Yeah, I'll toss it in there.
Gabe, make sure you lord over the everybody in chat the fact that you can see this.
It's pretty cool.
Nobody else.
You guys want to see
That's
the other
enough
one?
teases.
I have 2.
Show us offline, just because people in chat are like saying we really want to see this.
So, you know me, you know I like fucking with people.
People are saying that I'm excited as fuck now, and I feel like we're teasing him too much.
Okay,
Too much.
that's fine.
Yeah. So let's pull back a little bit.
I will unless the publisher says otherwise, because we are trying to get the publisher to do things with us. We will. I plan on debuting the trailer here, so
That's gonna be cool.
SDGC. That's where we'll debut the game.
I like it. You guys heard it here first. We're gonna debut a trailer for Doc's new game right here on our fucking podcast. That is Doc is stealing Bossman's thunder. Like, I feel like man, dude, that's cool. That fucking Gabe says that poster looks sweet. Dude, it does. It's so fucking. God, I wish our fans in chat could see this. Oh, it's so fucking cool.
Get hype.
People in chat are saying their tits are hard. I mean, it's fucking. I don't know how that works, but that's cool. You know, like you really should be excited.
My tits are hard, but it's not because of the art.
My nipples could kick diamonds right now over this art. But we'll go ahead and end it there. Like I said, guys, Doc's, the first trailer for Doc's game will be premiered right here on the podcast. We've got Kyle Bossman coming up. Michael Huber will be back on the podcast. Shinobi will be coming back really soon. And after Bossman and Mike Huber come on, we're gonna roll with just the core crew for a while. We've been trying to build the brand a little bit. We've got a lot more followers. We got a really cool, we've maintained like an average of about anywhere between 25 and 30 viewers tonight. We've got a really cool crowd, and as always, we really appreciate you guys in chat sticking with us and kind of watching us grow. And we hope you guys continue to kind of follow us on our strange little journey here, with the ultimate goal of getting to either E3 next year or PSX this year. I know a few of us are.
If you want to watch John suck with Reaper, we put up.
Shut the fuck up!
Oh yes, make that available to the public.
I will never. First of all, I'm deleting that live stream off the YouTube channel as we speak right now. And second of all, I want to point out to everybody in chat, as I did before, I am actually really fucking good at Lucio. Really fucking good. I gotta play the game with Lucio, and nobody ever gets plays of the game with Lucio. Ever.
Well, I mean, how many characters? You're bound to be good with one of them.
Yeah, well, you know what? I could say something about Canada right now. But
So that means you'll have a character too, Jeff.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know, Jeff. Suck it. But anyway, we'll go. Brow, thanks one more time for coming on, buddy. We really
thank you.
Here. And
Follow us on Twitter.
And what's that?
Follow us on Twitter.
Follow everybody. So
Anti-Trump.
real quick, go down the line, and except for Brandon, because everybody can see his Twitter, because Google Plus only wants to work for him. Brow, throw everybody your Twitter real quick. Or everybody, you know what? Just throw them in chat. Everybody, throw your Twitter handle out in chat. I will do it as well. And as always, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please give us a sub, give us a like. We really appreciate it. Our videos are starting to get a lot more comments at Donald J. Trump. Our videos are starting to get more and more comments. Please, Brandon, I can't stand that guy.
Nobody can. That's the joke.
Our videos are starting to get a lot more comments, so please comment, rate, and subscribe. We love. Holy shit! Wow. I don't know what the hell is happening to our chat anymore. This is amazing. But I'm going to end it here before something bad happens. Please subscribe. be here next week. We're gonna do one more pre-game E3. It's gonna be awesome. I think Shinobi might be on with us. He was supposed to be here tonight, but couldn't make it. And with that, as always, it's not always poetry, and we don't always agree, but we always keep it real as hell. And you could probably catch us playing Overwatch here in just a few minutes. We'll stream it live on the channel, maybe, but maybe not. I don't know what we're gonna do.
We're gonna stream the fucking shit out of it.
Yeah, fine. We'll stream it. We'll see you guys in a few minutes.